The forest was alive with the hum of life. Lumi, the wise old owl, perched on a low branch, watching the sunlight filter through the leaves. Around her, a gathering of animals waited in silence, their eyes filled with curiosity. Lumi cleared her throat, and the rustling ceased. "Friends," she began, her voice warm and steady. "We have been chosen for a journey of great importance. The river of renewal awaits, a place where salvation flows freely for those who believe." Among the gathered animals, Sienna the deer stood tall, her graceful posture masking her uncertainty. "What must we do to reach it?" she asked. Lumi smiled gently. "The path will be long and difficult, but each of you carries a unique gift that will guide us through. Together, we will find the way." Jasper the fox shifted uneasily. He had always relied on his cunning to survive, and the idea of trusting others felt foreign to him. Kiko, the cheerful sparrow, chirped excitedly. "I can scout from above. My wings will help us find the path." Bruno the bear, sturdy and dependable, rumbled, "And I can clear obstacles. Whatever we face, I'll be ready." Snippet the tiny mouse squeaked, "I'm not sure what I can do, but I'll try my best." Ember, a nervous rabbit, added hesitantly, "I'll run ahead if we need to scout, but I'm not very brave." Lumi nodded to each of them. "You are all more capable than you realize. Now, let us begin." The group set off, their spirits high as they followed Lumi through the forest. The air was crisp, and the scent of pine filled their noses. Sienna led the way, her keen senses guiding them around hidden pitfalls. Jasper darted ahead, his sharp eyes spotting a path through a thicket of brambles. "Not bad for a team of misfits," he quipped, a sly grin on his face. As they journeyed deeper, the terrain grew more challenging. A fallen tree blocked their path, its massive trunk too wide to climb over. Bruno stepped forward, his powerful paws making quick work of the obstacle. "No tree's gonna stop us," he said, brushing bark from his fur. Kiko flitted above, keeping watch for any danger, while Snippet scurried through the underbrush, finding small shortcuts the others couldn't see. One evening, as the group rested by a stream, Lumi spoke of the Creator. "The River of Renewal is not just a place," she said. "It's a promise, a reminder of the Creator's love for all his creatures. Along the way, you will face trials that will test your faith and courage. But remember, you are never alone." The animals listened intently, the flickering firelight reflecting in their eyes. For some, like Ember, Lumi's words brought comfort. For others, like Jasper, they stirred questions. If the Creator is so powerful, why make the journey so hard? He asked. Lumi's eyes softened. "Because it is in the struggle that we grow. The journey is as important as the destination." The days turned into weeks, and the group encountered challenges that tested their resolve. A rushing river barred their path, its icy waters churning dangerously. Ember froze, her fear of water paralyzing her. "I can't do it," she whispered. But with encouragement from the group, she found the courage to leap onto a fallen log and cross safely. As they continued, they encountered others along the way. A family of beavers shared their wisdom about building shelters, while a flock of geese taught them the value of teamwork. Each encounter left the group stronger and more united. One day, they entered a shadowy forest where every sound seemed amplified. Whispers echoed around them, dredging up memories of past mistakes and fears. Jasper heard a voice reminding him of the times he had tricked and hurt others to survive. Overwhelmed, he lashed out at the group, accusing them of not trusting him. But instead of turning away, Bruno placed a paw on his shoulder. "We've all made mistakes," he said. "What matters is what we do now." Humbled, Jasper apologized, and the group moved on with their bond stronger than before. The journey was not without its moments of joy. One night, under a clear sky, Lumi pointed out a cluster of stars. "These stars remind us of the Creator's guidance," she said. "Even when the path seems unclear, his light is always there." The group shared stories of their lives before the journey, finding comfort in each other's company. As they pressed on, the terrain grew harsher. The path led them to a vast desert, its sands stretching endlessly before them. The sun beat down mercilessly, and their supplies dwindled. Kiko, usually so cheerful, began to falter. "I don't know if I can keep going," she admitted. Tully, the steadfast tortoise who had joined them along the way, offered his shell as a place for her to rest. "We'll move slowly," he said, "but we'll get there." One evening, as the animals camped by a dry riverbed, Vex the snake appeared again. "You're wasting your time," he hissed. "Take my path, and you'll find relief." But the group, now wiser from their experiences, refused to be swayed. "Your shortcuts lead nowhere," Sienna said firmly. Frustrated, Vex slithered away and the group pressed on, their faith unshaken. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they stumbled upon a hidden oasis. The water was cool and refreshing, the air alive with the sounds of birds and insects. Lumi smiled. "This is not the river of renewal, but it is a reminder that the Creator provides in His time. Rest here, for the hardest part of the journey lies ahead." As they drank deeply and rested under the shade of the palm trees, the animals felt a renewed sense of purpose. They knew the journey was far from over, but together they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The animals awoke at the oasis, their spirits lifted by the refreshing water and cool shade. Lumi perched on a low branch, watching her companions stretch and prepare for the next leg of the journey. "The river of renewal is closer now," she said, "but the path will grow more difficult. Remember, the Creator's strength is your strength." Her words filled the group with a quiet determination. As they left the oasis, the landscape grew rugged. They descended into a deep valley, its jagged cliffs casting long shadows that seemed to reach for them. The air was heavy, and a sense of unease settled over the group. "This place feels wrong," Ember murmured, her ears twitching. Lumi nodded solemnly. "This is the Valley of Shadows. It is a place of fear and doubt, but also of great growth. Trust one another, and you will overcome it." The first challenge came in the form of a narrow pass, its rocky walls pressing in on either side. The group moved cautiously, but the confined space triggered Ember's old fears of being trapped. She froze, unable to move forward. Lumi flew to her side. "Fear is a shadow," she said softly, "and shadows disappear when we face the light." With the encouragement of her companions, Ember took a deep breath and pressed on, her courage inspiring the others. As they continued, strange sounds echoed through the valley, low growls and rustling that seemed to come from nowhere. The group huddled close, their nerves fraying. Jasper, always quick with a clever remark, tried to lighten the mood. "It's probably just the wind," he said, though his tail twitched nervously. Bruno growled low, his massive frame a comforting presence for the smaller animals. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together." The source of the sounds revealed itself in the form of a pack of wild dogs, their eyes gleaming hungrily. The group froze, fear gripping them. Lumi fluttered down between the animals and the pack. "Do not be afraid," she said calmly. "Stand firm, and they will not harm you." Emboldened by her words, Bruno stepped forward, his growl deep and commanding. The pack hesitated, sensing the strength of the group. One by one, they slinked away into the shadows. The victory brought a new sense of unity among the travelers. "We really are stronger together," Kiko said, her small wings fluttering with excitement. The others nodded, realizing that their bond was their greatest strength. The valley's trials continued, testing their resolve at every turn. One afternoon, thick fog rolled in, obscuring the path ahead. The animals moved slowly, their progress halting. Snippet, with her keen sense of smell, took the lead. "I can't see much," she admitted, "but I can smell the way forward." Trusting her instincts, the group followed her through the mist, emerging on the other side with a renewed appreciation for her overlooked talents. As the days passed, the journey grew more grueling. Hunger and exhaustion gnawed at their spirits, and tempers flared. Jasper accused Sienna of being too cautious, while Kiko snapped at Tully for moving too slowly. The arguments threatened to divide them, but Lumi intervened. "Division is the enemy's tool," she said firmly. "If you turn on one another, you will lose your way." Humbled, the animals apologized and resolved to support one another more fully. The turning point came when they reached a river. Not the river of renewal, but a dangerous torrent that blocked their path. The water roared as it tumbled over sharp rocks, and the group hesitated. "We can't cross this," Snippet said, her small voice trembling. Lumi, however, saw a solution. "Work together," she urged. "Each of you has something to contribute." Bruno found a sturdy log, which Jasper and Tully helped position as a makeshift bridge. Sienna tested its strength, and one by one the animals crossed safely. On the other side of the river, the group rested under the stars. Lumi spoke again of the Creator's promises. "Every challenge you faced has prepared you for what lies ahead. Remember, the River of Renewal is not just a destination. It is a transformation. You are already being renewed, even now." The journey continued, and the animals grew stronger with each step. They learned to trust one another more deeply, to see their differences as strengths rather than weaknesses. Ember's courage blossomed. Jasper's cleverness became an asset rather than a defense, and Snippet's smallness proved invaluable in tight situations. Even Tully, who had often worried about slowing the group down, found that his steady pace was exactly what they needed in moments of doubt. At last, they emerged from the Valley of Shadows and found themselves standing before a vast, shimmering river. Its waters sparkled in the sunlight, and the air was filled with the sound of a gentle melody, a song they had heard faintly throughout their journey, but could now hear in full. It was the River of Renewal. The animals approached the water, their hearts overflowing with gratitude. Lumi's eyes shone as she spoke. "This is the Creator's promise made real. Drink deeply, and be restored." One by one, the animals stepped into the river, its cool waters washing away their weariness and fears. They emerged renewed, their spirits light and their hearts full. As they stood together on the riverbank, Lumi spread her wings and took flight. "Your journey is not over," she said, her voice carrying on the wind. "You are now messengers of renewal, called to share what you have found with others. Go forth with courage and faith." The animals watched her disappear into the sky, their hearts united in purpose. Though their journey had been long and difficult, they knew it was only the beginning of something greater. Together they turned toward the horizon, ready to carry the light of the River of Renewal into the world.
If this message resonates with you, hit that like button and let the universe know you're ready for your breakthrough. Subscribe to our channel for more transformative insights and guidance on your journey to abundance. Share this video with friends and family who need to hear this today. Let's amplify our positive energy together. Your engagement not only helps us grow but also strengthens the cosmic energy we are building as a community. Together, we can uplift each other and manifest our dreams into reality, one positive action at a time.